Any great warrior is also a scholar and a poet and an artist. My people are my people. They love me, and I love them. I would not be here without them. I am hoping that I can be known as a great writer and actor someday, rather than a sex symbol. I have no fear of death. More important, I don't fear life. You can say that I lived in Asia for a long time, and in Japan I became close to several CIA agents. And you could say that I became an advisor to several CIA agents in the field, and through my friends in the CIA, met many powerful people and did special works and special favors. I've been a police officer for over 20 years, and I've investigated murders and all kinds of different crimes. I was born in Detroit, in an all-black neighborhood. I don't consider myself a martial arts star. I'd be offended and disappointed if I got a reputation as a martial arts star. Most of us have unhealthy thoughts and emotions that have either developed as a result of trauma or hardships in their childhood or the way they were raised. As a lifelong practitioner of martial arts, I'm trained to remain calm in the face of adversity and danger. I have 6 children, and I love all my kids more than anything in the world. I was born with a serious spiritual consciousness, and for many years studied different paths. In general, we as police officers, at least the good police officers, like to look at each situation case by case and always pay close attention to the spirit of the law rather than the letter of the law. I love Russia. Some people love Africa. Some people love Mexico. Some people love purple, the color purple. I love Russia, and I'm not scared to say, try to find the path of least resistance and use it without harming others. Live with integrity and morality, not only with people but with all beings. For a while I had this uncontrollable urge, this addiction to danger. Now I look back and I think, gee, what an idiot. I was risking my life just for the sensation of it. I think the more diversity that one has in his life, the happier he can be, as long as he is able to do whatever he chooses to do at that given time. Well, the secret is not to act, but to be. Believe it or not, there are some things that I have written that would be kind of a dream to make. Hopefully, I will get to finance them. There is something that I wrote called Demon's Flare, which would kind of be a dream come true. One of the reasons why people, particularly young people, love action movies is because what they are really looking for is justice. I'm a hip-hop fan. For me, if God blessed me with that one great hit, I'm satisfied. But I've still got a lot in me, and I'd still like to get out there and tell a lot more stories cinematically. And God willing, I'll get the chance to do that. Aikido is not merely about fighting and the development of the physical self, but the perfection of the spiritual man at the same time. It has very harmonious movements, very beautiful to watch and beautiful for your body to feel. My CIA godfather told me he'd never heard any American speak Japanese so well. I want to be able to work on a project that will give people around the world the chance to represent their own people, their own culture, their own stories, rather than just Hollywood. Really, dominated Hollywood. And that's a dream of mine. I've always tried to avoid politics because most politicians that I know are quite dirty in terms of human dignity, ethics, and morals. I was a very religious kid. I was raised as an Episcopalian. Everybody struggles to come up with stuff that no one has ever seen before. It's a fine line between trying to get creative and doing something that's new, fresh, and different. Yet, for me, something that's based in reality that would actually work in these situations. These are the keys to great fight scenes and action sequences. Criminals usually prey on weakness. They can smell it. It doesn't work if the bad guys kill his mother's uncle's friend's neighbor's pet dog. You've got to make the stakes higher. There was a time when I thought I was doing a good thing with good guys for a good cause. Looking back, I think I really wanted to be a warrior. I want to make a movie that can grab people by the heartstrings. I love getting out on the streets and helping people. Everybody certainly has the right to defend themselves. That's not to say that they should defy common sense by avoiding or diffusing confrontation. And that's very, very important. I've been a musician since childhood, and music is my first love. I love it. I myself am a very nonviolent person and only resort to violence when I absolutely have to. I think we're living in a world where society is very difficult. For me, in Buddhism, there is a plethora of specific teachings that one can seek out and find for the individual dilemmas you may have. My philosophy is that the most important aspect of any religion should be human kindness, and to try to ease the suffering of others, to try to bring light and love into the lives of mankind. It is a lot harder now to be a police officer than what it used to be. Most of the kids that I meet in the street are serious, hardened criminals that I meet in the street. Never had a mother and a father to love them, to protect them, to teach them right from wrong and lead them out of crime and gangs and stuff like that. I would only ever be involved in a reality show that was about real life and had lots of action. You do 1,000 interviews. 20% of every one is not what you said or is twisted a little. If you multiply 20 by 1,000, you've got a lot of inaccuracies out there. I always hated being a child. I always felt like an adult trapped in a child's body. The most important seed I can sow in this life is my children, and the love and knowledge that I can bestow upon them, and the help I can give them. Action films are great, but an action film that has characters that are compelling and a story that people can care about is something even better. We love to see action heroes that are vulnerable, that are sensitive, that are family people, that are accessible. I have made a lot of mistakes. All the movies that I have done I have not been in control of. Sometimes there is a contractual situation where you go to the studio and they kind of tell you which ones they want you to do. I love music. I love filmmaking. I love law enforcement. I love doing a lot of the green work that I do, the charity work that I do, and I don't think that any one person has to be just one thing.